Yeah, so basically, it just seems like we've had a lot of patients with anxiety and depression. And I know you talked about the gut being so important that a lot of, medical doctors miss.
Exactly. Yeah, the digestion's everything. In holistic medicine, all the traditional medicines of the world, it's all, what you eat does have a consequence.
Right.
Okay? You eat consciously. You say to
Food is
yourself, I
medicine.
need more greens today. I need more fish today. I need to drink more water today. People who aren't wrapped up with other things in life,
Right.
and who are wrapped up with the more important things like survival, think about these things. So so the depression is caused initially by poor digestion.
Okay.
And there's more serotonin being produced in the digestive tract than in the nervous system. It goes from the GI tract to the brain.
Wow.
So the reason why, so if you have GI problems and you're feeling depressed, it's normal. Normal. Don't worry about it. It can be fixed, and it can be fixed by regulating the GI tract.
Okay.
And there's nothing better than Chinese medicine and some naturopathic techniques, herbs that the naturopaths use to do that. Like, for example, simple things like grandma would give chamomile tea for an upset stomach, for example.
Right.
Dandelion tea is a diuretic for the liver, for example. So if someone has maybe an overloaded liver, they're taking too many medicines, maybe they want to have some dandelion tea to clear out the toxins from their liver.
Right.
And also, remember, every time you drink 1 cup of coffee, you're going to lose 1 cup of water. So same thing with a diuretic. These are all diuretics. So if you drink a cup of coffee in the day, you need to drink 1 cup of water during the day to counteract that.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, because I think a lot of people are dehydrated. They don't even know.
Most people are. Even in Florida, where I was from, they're still dehydrated. And in Colorado, even worse.
Wow.
And this is why there's all these dialysis centers opening up. Because of the drugs and the toxins staying in the system too long, because people don't drink enough water or exercise to move everything out of their system.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, for example, if somebody comes in with a headache,
Right.
and they say, well, if you go to your medical guy, they'll say, oh, you have a headache. They're done.
Medication.
In natural medicine, we want to know where and in chiropractic, we want to know where the headache is. Is it here, your forehead? In Chinese medicine, this will suggest that there's something going on in the large intestine, some stoppage or a blockage. Is it along the side of the head, one of the side of the head? That would indicate that the blood is toxic and the liver is overloaded. So yes, we can treat it symptomatically, but the cure is to detoxify the liver. If it's the back of the head, that's strictly chiropractic.
Right.
That's a tension headache from pain, from a whiplash or bed muscles in the neck, protecting the neck. So those are pretty much that covers pretty much, if you can correct the GI tract, the body will heal itself. That's what chiropractors believe, acupuncturists believe. Pretty much every doctor in the world who hasn't been to medical school
Because
believe that the body can heal itself.
System, exactly. Right in the gut.
In your gut. Yeah, that's where all the white blood cells populate. That's where everything stays. And they're there to protect you. So, for example, if you're one of those people that have an upset stomach and now you're taking Prilosec or a proton inhibitor to stop the acid in your stomach.
Right.
Okay, what you're doing is, now, unfortunately, the acid, what you're doing is you're stopping the protection of your body against food poisoning. You need this hydrochloric acid to kill any bacteria that may get in the intestinal tract. So if you're sitting there taking an acid and you're eating, you're just waiting for food poisoning to happen.
So you're allowing toxins and
the first line of defense is gone.
Right.
It's go right through the stomach into your system.
Wow, that's scary.
So the idea is to have adequate pH in your gut, which means make sure you have enough hydrochloric acid in your gut. Some people need to take a hydrochloric acid tablet. It will not hurt you. Or eat lots of beets. Beets will tend to help the liver, to decongest the liver, and it also has some digestive enzymes in it.
Oh, wow.
Papaya and pineapple, the 2 best digestive enzyme fruits. So you need to digest better. If you see undigested food on your stool,
right,
you're not absorbing what you're eating, so you're throwing the food away.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah, because we've had patients that have had difficulty with gas or bloating or constipation, and I think it lowers the serotonin, so they get depressed,
they're tired. When they get tired, they don't sleep.
Now, do you recommend probiotics or no?
Absolutely recommend probiotics. And if you're going to have probiotics, you want to make sure that you also are eating enough fiber and things like that as well for the GI tract, so that way they can grow on something. You need surface area. So if
Okay.
they have a lot of fiber there in the probiotics, it's a good place for them all to grow. Yeah, absolutely. Any yogurt, probiotic pills, anything along those lines are good. However, most of the probiotics, the cheap ones you buy, are not alive. So you want to make sure you have a probiotic that's probably been refrigerated. That's the best
Okay.
kind. That's the best kind.
Huh, that's it. Wow. Now for acid reflux, because we have a lot of patients that they feel that kind of burning in their chest. Is there acupuncture points or?
We do acupuncture for that, but it takes too long.
Okay, so it's a quick
If you
way
want
to
to,
fix
you
it.
want to get rid of it in a week, you try Chinese herbs. Now, there's usually about 3 configurations for that. One configuration is the easiest, and that's if you look at the tongue and it looks like the surface of the tongue has been peeled off, like patches of the tongue. We call it a geometric tongue. If patches of the surface of the tongue are gone, we say that's a heat condition. But one formula we can use for that will clear out in a matter of a week and get rid of it. If that's not the case, then it's gone to the liver. It's a little more complicated, a little more difficult, but it can be done herbally and very quick, within 30 days, with a tough case.
Now, some people like to do these detoxes. Are those okay to do, or?
It's great. Everybody has the greatest of intentions, but the wrong execution.
Right.
So if you want to detox, you can detox your intestinal tract very easily. But the problem is just by any kind of laxative.
Oh,
pretty much,
okay, right. Like we were talking about the citral.
Right, but
Right.
is it effective at the small intestinal level?
Oh, okay.
Because in Chinese medicine, we separate in constipation in the large and small intestine. If it's in the large intestine, you feel bloated and things like that.
Right.
But in the small intestine, it's a little more defined. You feel hot with the small intestine, heat because of the fermentation going on.
Okay.
You have gas, a lot of gas, and usually the stool will be round, like big rabbit pellets. If that occurs, that's a small intestine problem, and there's nothing you can buy in the drugstore for that. Nothing. But you can go to a Chinese herbalist who can give you something for that. It's called a minor rhubarb formula. It's very simple. It uses rhubarb root, about 3 other herbs. Nothing, complicated.
Wow.
If it gets to the point where it's affected the liver, you have a headache on the side of your head, now if you detoxify the liver with more complicated formulas, but they work very, very well and very fast.
Huh. That's interesting. Wow.